I wanted to thank you for taking time to speak with me today.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Lucy, I wanted to ask you right off the bat if you could take me to the beginning and tell me how we got here.
What, where music began, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess it started when I was like really little. Like I've always had difficulties like expressing how I'm feeling or like kind of sharing how I'm feeling if there's something wrong or that. So I keep it kind of within myself. And I always used to write it down in poetry. And then it started to be like put behind a beat. I think at the back in there it was like no, not Logic, that's the new one. Garage Band, which was the one before Logic, and then there
Mhm.
was Magic's Music Maker, which was before Garage Band. So you're talking like Windows XP or something, you know? Back, I
Sure.
go, oh God, just say back in the day, it makes me sound well old, doesn't it? But yeah, so it kind of evolved from there, really. And then like as I progressed, even though in the past I've kind of played around with producing my own kind of like music in the background and everything like that, it was just like I kind of wanted to work with a team as well. Um,
Hmm.
and I know there was like certain heights that I couldn't reach myself without somebody else kind of knowing it a bit better than myself. So mutual contact actually put me in like connection with a really, really talented producer who's also a really, really decent human being and a great friend now. So and it's so mad because he just gets my visions and that of like what's in my head. Um, and then he just we whack it out from scratch, mad riffs, mad breakdowns, you know, and the expression is brilliant because it makes you feel empty, but in a good way empty, not the kind of negative, empty loneliness feeling that,
Sure.
you know, like I struggle with quite on a daily basis kind of thing. Um, so yeah, I guess like um from when I was little, it's always been part of my expression. But back then, I guess I didn't know how serious I was about it until like, you know, later down the line. Um, but then I got into like kind of struggles surrounding like addiction and things. And so like there was breaks in between. And then, you know, when I was just like, right, I need to change, you know, I need to pull my ass up basically and just there are better ways and more healthier ways that I can express myself, and this
Right.
isn't working because you know you can't drown your problems, you can't drown your demons, you know. And yeah, you can't do whatever with the demons apart from express them out through shouting down the microphone, I feel. So yeah.
Sure. And I'd say that, you definitely have a great partnership with Jim White because the stuff you create is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, he's really really decent. Like honestly, um, he's like um, he pushes me through like barriers that I didn't know I could break. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
and it's like a really positive push way forward. You know, like I've been pushed in the past, but maybe not in the best kind of interest at heart. You know,
Sure.
but Jim is just straight to the point, and he just like he he kind of like guides you and teaches you through the process in a way where I'm able to kind of like understand it fully, you know, and then I don't hold back. There are some times where I go up to the mic and then I step back from doing it.
Sure.
And he'll be able to notice that, but he'll give encouragement for the next take to be able to go ahead and do it. And I think that's admirable. And you know, like he's I think he's not just like made my dreams come true, he's probably made like a load of other artists' dreams come true as well, you know. Yeah, that guy deserves the world, man. He's awesome.
Sure. And I think that's a battle that all artists fall into is, you know, you never know who's going to accept you. And you wonder, everyone's fear is to get up to that mic and be on stage and everyone's silent.
Mm,
And that's a demon in itself that we all have to face.
yeah. That's it. With the stage and that, it's weird. It's like you step into a parallel universe where
Mhm.
nothing around you, or like a bubble in a way, where you might get like I call it exervus because I'm really excited, but I'm also really nervous, and I can't think of which one is more, so I blend them together and just make one word out of it. Um, but when you get on that stage and you start doing your stuff, it's like everything around you evaporates, and you are like this person who can just release without having the fear of being judged in any way that you're acting or performing or anything like that because you're just being you. You're just releasing yourself, and it's almost as if you've got like tunnel vision, you know?
Sure. I
But
know I was called up to stage as a youth, as 18 years old, and I went to see a show, and I was invited up on stage in front of 18,000. And the sight and knowing that you can't see, the lights are so bright that you can't see the audience, so you don't know what the reaction is. And it really just sends your mind stirring.
yeah, that's it. I think like when if you do and when you do like kind of zone out of your bubble and you look into the crowd, um, it's like you're brought back into realization where you're like, ugh, crap, you know.
Right.
But it's like,
Sure.
oh, get me back in my bubble, man. You
Sure.
know. Oh, but I mean, the audience are always like most lovely, lovely people, you know, and just like, but I don't know, it's just, it might be just me, but my mind just starts talking to me. I'm like, no, not now, I'm performing, go away, you know.
Sure.
Yeah. But
And you've recently partnered with No Tricks. How did
I
that
did, yeah.
go?
Yeah, it went really well actually. So I was doing some tracks and I'd always like organised studio time with Jim. And I was like, you know, I got in touch with No Tricks a while back to see if she wanted to collaborate and that. And then we went forward with the collaboration. She came into the studio and yeah, we all worked as a team really, really well actually, you know. And then yeah, we actually ended up going to Wales, just me and her to shoot the music video. So we
Hmm.
were looking for like mad derelict places because we love empty abandoned things. It's just really eerie and just fitted the vibe really well.
Sure.
And we eventually came across a church after some detours from the wrong way, but we finally got there and yeah, it was really really cool. Yeah, so I mean, Notrix did like she knows a lot about her video work and videography and lighting and everything. Me, I'm a bit rusty on that, to say the least. Like I pressed record when I was supposed to stop recording, and I stopped recording when I was supposed to record. So there were a lot of takes of just nothing, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. But um, but yeah, no, she made it happen, bless her. So and then she edited the video and things, so she's done a really good job there.
And you have all these singles that you've released. I wanted
Yeah.
to ask you, are you getting to a point where you're looking to pull out a full release or an EP?
Well, that's the thing. So. Without trying to give away too much, I guess trying to think how I'm gonna word this without giving it away. Let's just say uh, I'm following a story at the moment with my songs. So Paradise was the first one, and then we walked through Paradise, and we ended up being in the Garden of Eden. So Eden was the
Mm.
second one. And then, of course, with the Paradise in Eden, with the tree in Eden, you have the snake, hence serpent script. So yeah, the story does continue, shall I say? So I'm not sure how it all works though, with dropping them afterwards in one full go. But me and my management are figuring that one out. But yeah, all I will say is that the story is continuing, and so 3 steps have been taken. Um, and yeah, okay. The fourth step has been recorded. So
Excellent.
there we go. I don't think that gives too much away, does it?
And You just recently graduated. Talk to me about your
Did.
education.
Oh, that was a hard journey, but I mean, I still get the imposter syndrome. Like, did I do that? Was that real? Was that a dream? You know.
Hmm.
But the photos and the videos clearly tell me it's not. But yeah, so there was a rap and MC degree that was happening. It was the first of its kind in London. So I decided to go and audition for it. At the time, I believe I was struggling still with alcohol addiction, not so much drugs as I remember. That came later because I relapsed because I was addicted to drugs before I went to uni, and then it was like at the start it was okay. And then just as I was coming off the alcohol, it's almost as if I like was feeling and I replaced it with
Hmm.
something, um, which is why I had to have a break in between my uni course. So it was I believe it was like a 3 year course, but it took me 4 years. And that is due to having a break in between. Um, but at the start, I auditioned, I got through, they said they'd like to have me on the course. And it actually was during the pandemic times. So we spent, I think it was the first, like when I was doing my foundation year, it was like we spent the first time of that like completely in our own like accommodation rooms and just unfortunately not being able to use all the equipment or anything like that, like the studios or anything on campus because we was all isolating and it was really at peak times where we could only communicate over like this, like virtual, wearing masks 24/7,
Sure.
Yeah, so it was a difficult time, but yeah, it's like during that, it's like during the course and I got to learn a lot of kind of techniques and everything. And I think I kind of found that although like I love the lyricism of rap, I just love
Hmm.
it. I mean, I grew up listening to a lot of Eminem, believe it or not. And it's just because his words are so clever.
Sure.
Um, but with rap, it's not all rap. So I'm not saying all rap, but like with a majority of rap or some rap, there's a lot of violence and gang wars and everything
Hmm.
surrounding it, and that is kind of goes totally against my like morals in a way. It's like
Sure.
I'm here to use my music as not only my therapy, but also if it helps other people, then that's even a bigger part of the journey.
Absolutely.
So if I was to like rap about violent stuff, it kind of wouldn't feel right at all.
Sure.
So yeah, I was just like, I think throughout the course, it's like that's when I started to really find out like where my music was taking me, like what down the course and that. But I mean, it was a struggle as well, like especially when I got into the stages of addiction, and it was kind of just like, yeah, it was very hectic. It's all a bit of a kind of blur in a way, that kind of gap, I guess. Um, but when I finally kind of put my foot down and I said, right, enough is enough. I am literally fed up of feeling this way. I started taking
Sure.
the drugs, so I wasn't going to feel this way. And now I feel this way twice as worse, and it's like with all the paranoia and everything like that.
Sure.
I ended up in hospital a few times. The police would help me to the hospital, and if it's like it was a revolving door with the hospital though, because if you ended up there going either like under the influence of something, they would just kind of give you a leaflet and say come back when you're kind of clean or sober. But then of course when the effects wear off, you just constantly want to get your next whatever, you know.
Sure.
So that was a vicious cycle, but the police actually helped me go through to find a psychiatrist and talk to them, and they managed to get steps going so then I could get like kind of proper help as well. Um, it's like I'd never attended NA, but I did go to like a place called iAccess where I had a key worker. And I had about like 5, 6 sessions with my key worker. And I remember my key worker saying, you've made extraordinary progress, I'm really proud of you." Like, and that was a nice feeling, because it was just fact is like I'm doing something right, I'm helping myself, but as well it's just like it can be done. Um so yeah, at the beginning I kind of went cold turkey, and I just went, right, this I need to get back into doing what I love, because I found a love in music, but I kind of turned my back on it because I was, you know, my mind tricked me into a different love that
Sure.
was not real at all. Um, so yeah, and I because of the gap, I fell behind a year. And I also like lost my honors, which is kind of like you needed like points or something from the certain tests or things like that, or
Hmm.
modules, to like uh graduate with a BA honors degree. So they said to me, you can graduate, but you won't have your honours. You'll have a BA. You can graduate with your classmates there, or you can stay like and retake these kind of modules and whatever. And I said, you know what? Like, I'll choose to retake them, right? Because I was just like, I want to complete something, and I want to complete it to its fullest. I
Sure.
know I've got the potential, and that was me. That was on me that mucked that up. So I will rebuild it from the ruins. So yeah, I just literally got my head down, started doing. I think the dissertation was the worst ever though. I was just like, oh, the amount of stress and tears and just like that was in that. But it got done in the end. So, and all the tutors were fantastic. Like literally. So
And
yeah,
along your journey, what do you feel has been the best advice that's been given to you along the way?
I think the best advice I've been given is stop doubting yourself. Like I listen to that sentence in my brain over and over again, because every day I do doubt myself. Um, I mean, last night I just finished writing an 8-page script for a music video that I have in mind. And then I woke up today and I thought, oh, that's going to be well outreached. That's people going to think that's silly. And I'm just like, I've got all this doubt surrounding it, but I'm like, no, like it's going to be bloody fun doing it,
Hmm.
and it can be done. It's got a brilliant message behind it. It's empowering, inspiring, and it can probably possibly relate to a lot of other people as well.
Sure.
So why are you holding back? And I have that constant war within myself, but that's one of the advice there is, don't ever doubt yourself. Believing in yourself as well. It's like you've got so much potential. You've got to believe that you have that potential. But the main one is just keep going, and it doesn't matter how many times you fall down. It's about how many times you get back up that counts. you
Sure,
know
absolutely. And
so
your material is amazing from top to bottom. I mean, I've enjoyed every track you've released.
well, thank you.
My biggest question for you
Yeah.
is, will you take to the road with your music?
Do you know what? I definitely really want to. Like, I don't know if it like my dream is, I think, to definitely do a tour overseas at some point. But I need to get back into the kind of routine of going gigging and stuff.
Hmm.
And I've got a gig coming up on the 5th of December in London. So that's going to be, yeah, it's going to be interesting because I haven't gigged for quite a while, to be honest. And it's about like finding the live like musicians as well to help out. But
Sure.
right now, I've got a fantastic manager called Sammy, and he's doing like all the DJing and backing vocals for it. So we're just gonna go me and him and smash it on stage. And that's what it's about, because you're still performing your music at the end of the day. Whether you're doing it solo with someone else or with a whole band behind you, the music's still getting out there, and that's what's important. But yeah, my managers, both Sammy and Chris, they're really, really lovely. Like honestly. So I've got a
And,
good team, and I'm blessed for all of them.
and I remember about a year ago hearing a interview with Tobias
Mm.
Forge, and he was talking about that he had the next five Ghost albums written already, and that he had the vision for each way he was going to present it and the stage and everything with it.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, how far is your vision at this point?
My vision, my vision probably takes you to the end of next year. So, I have a lot of plans in my head, but it comes to kind of like a crunch. It's a bit in a headlock because it's to do with funding as well, you know.
Hmm.
So it there has to be like ways to work that one out as well in a way that can help the visions become reality. But I think one thing that I've learned from myself and that I do remind myself of is that I have that determination to make a vision become a reality because if well, it's not just me and my determination. I think everybody has that determination
Sure.
within them. You know, if you want something, you will be determined to go and get that, you know, especially if it's something you really, really love doing and it helps you not only like within yourself, but again other people around you, you know. So yeah, like I do have a big vision with like a lot of not just like recording the rest of the steps, but also to um kind of like I don't know if you see from some of my posts the kind of like picture posts I do with like italic font. The italic fonts are actually poems that I've written as part of a ongoing journey to each track. And each section is well, each chapter is a track, so we're going like that. So yeah, on top of that, you know, I have music videos that I have visioned. It's just about like kind of finding those others that kind of share the vision and
Sure.
the energy and just coming together and working together. So
And we've been talking about this music. I
yeah.
want you to tell everyone what's the best way to listen to your music.
It's on all streaming platforms, I believe, which be Spotify, Apple, Tidal, YouTube. Um, what other ones are there? I forget. If I just say all streaming platforms, if you struggle with that, I'm sure if you type into Google like Lucyvivor, it might pop up with some tracks or something. Um, so I haven't typed my name into Google for ages, so I don't know what's up there. But yeah, that's the way to go. I think I should put them on my website at some point. So once I've done that, you might be able to access that. But the new merch drop is all on there at the moment. So
Yes, I wanted to speak with you about it because it
yeah,
absolutely looks great.
thank you. Yeah, that was inspired by Serpent Script as well, because Serpent Script's track is mainly about those inner demon thoughts, you
Mhm.
know, the impulsive thoughts and the imposter syndrome that just like whispers to you, you're no good enough, you know, you ain't worth shit. And yeah, it just those thoughts that just put you down all the time. So I was like, what can kind of like symbolize that? It's like, well, it's coming from the brain, right? And so when these thoughts come up, the demons have the reins of the brain. That rhymes, reins of the brain. um, but what can I do to show that I'm in control? I was like, well, if I could grip my brain, you know, and say I'm in control, and hence the gripping of things with the logo underneath, I'm in control.
Sure.
And then the recycling the what ifs is when you're stuck in that cycle of just thoughts going round and round, and you're like, what if this? And then you're like, oh no, no, that won't do that because of this. And then when you say because of this, it's like, well, what if that? And it's just like,
Yes.
what if, you know, it's like, stop already. You
Yes.
know, just because you're recycling, just recycling's good, but not the thoughts. But but yeah, so I thought with that, it's like rooted in your DNA, and it's the snakes as well. And like, I don't know why I have an obsession with like thorns and barbed wire, but I guess it's because like I make myself look unapproachable because I'm in a way scared to approach with like my social anxiety and stuff.
Hmm.
But for those that are brave enough to approach, I'm just like a teddy bear or shy one at that as well. I'm just like, but yeah, it's there's something to work on, like with kind of like group therapy and things like that. But we'll get there in the end. It's always about growing. So
Sure, and I think that's something that we all can take in. Um,
yeah,
we all need to find our own selves. Too many people, it scares me that so many people are trapped into a 9 to 5 job and they're living life, but they're not really living life. They're just going
yeah,
through the motions of the everyday. And anything we can do to take them away from it is a plus.
that's it. That's exactly it.
It's like freeing the minds in the matrix.
Yeah, that's it. That's like sick of its lyrics. It's stuck in a matrix, going back to basics, giving all I got because I got no new tricks. So, but yeah, I think that's what that song was mainly about as well. It's just getting fed up of the cost of living, not literally materialistic cost, but mentally cost,
Sure.
physical and mental cost. Like, yeah.
And lastly, I wanted to ask you if you could give a message to your fans, what message would you give them?
I would say number one, obviously, like it is mind blowing that people actually listen to my music and like it, and I'm really so grateful for them to listen to it. But also, I really hope it kind of resonates and relates to everybody. Well, not to everybody, to those that can relate to it.
Sure.
And most importantly, I hope it helps whatever struggles anybody may be going through. And if those that are going through struggles, just know that, you have that fire within you. And even though it may be buried deep beneath timber or whatever, it will burn through and it will rise and burn bright. You have the strength to like overcome anything pretty much. And I just hope like together it's like with me it's like it's I find it I always like to say instead of fans family instead because I think it's like we are a community growing
Sure.
together
Absolutely.
and family grows together. So, it's yeah, it's definitely a blessing for having everyone as part of the community and I couldn't be any more grateful than more I can't express in words if that makes sense. If I said that right. Normally I crap at explaining here. It's like, but yeah, I just yeah, honestly it's to grow strong and to be brave and this life can be a beautiful chaos, and it can throw you a whole lot of shit wave after wave after wave, and it is okay to kind of sit down and have a rest, but don't rest for too long and don't sit down for too long. It's like get up because you can do you, and yeah, that's it. Number one, just be you. Don't let anybody tell you to be something else or anything. If you're happy being you, be you.
Absolutely. And I
So
wanted to take a moment to thank you for creating your amazing music. It's
oh,
not
thank
by chance that I found you. Your great music and your great artistry is what made me find you.
Oh,
And
thank you. Well, thank you for doing your podcast and that, and not just for me, for all the other artists as well. It's awesome.
yeah, I wanted to make sure I got the word out about this music because you're doing great things. And I know that great things will lie ahead for you in the future, and I look forward to it.
Bless you. Yeah, I hope, well, that's what I say. I hope we can all grow together and, travel the journey as we're traveling it now.
Absolutely. And I look forward to the time you come to the States so I can come see you live.
Hell yeah. I will definitely hook you up on that one. Hopefully in the near future, very near. So who knows.
Well, you take care, my friend, and you have a great rest of your day. It's an
You
absolute
too.
pleasure meeting you.
You too. Thank you so much for having me on.
Take care. Cheers.
Take care. Bye bye.